his head. He was horizontal all day. And we're off.
Boy.
Happy Monday. Happy rainy San Diego Monday. You know, we do have the best weather in the whole wide United States of America. I do enjoy a day like this. It rained literally all day.
I don't know.
I'm
not a fan either.
Me neither.
Because I had a very productive day because of the raid.
Ian and I were laughing before the show because neither one of us, A, left the house, B, left the couch or the bed, and C, watched TV all day.
So DVRs are clean then?
No.
But I have like 48% space available.
You have more than I do. I only have 25%.
Oh, girl, I was deleting things, and I'll never watch this. So yeah, but I do enjoy. Jeremiah, you think you had the same day too?
I did. But
you're awfully quiet.
But I normally call that day Monday. I mean, that's like an everyday occurrence for me. So you guys, it's pretty amazing and special for you. But nope, that's what I do every day. So.
It is?
Well,
you said you had a job interview.
Oh, I did go to a job interview. Actually, it was this is probably the first job interview I've been to in the service industry, but the interview was at 7 a.m.
Oh, jeez.
Where?
It's the Fat Fish Cantina. It's the old Gringos over in Pacific Beach. And I mean, I thought that was absolutely brilliant to actually have it at 7 a.m. because, you know, people in the service industry, we like to go out, we like to hang out, like to stay up late.
It weeds all the jummies out.
It does. There was only 45 people there this morning, so.
What, is it for a server position or bartender position?
This was specifically server, but I kind of went in there telling them, hey, you know, it's like I can serve, I'd like to serve, but if you have a bartending position, I do that too. So I'm really open to anything right now.
Now, did they get rid of their staff and they're hiring all new staff, or?
I don't think so. I know they obviously did do a kind of a repurposing of
Is
the facility.
it a new owner?
No, same owner.
Oh,
I guess it's the same.
Isn't that nice?
Cleaning house.
What's it called again? Fat
Fish Cantina.
Brett Miller owns that property, who owns also Moondoggies and a property in La Jolla, and
that's right.
Just a charmer he is.
He sure does.
So good luck with that.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
And working in PV though.
I'm gonna start checking with Courtney before I go to any job interviews from now.
Never worked for him in a million years.
Firehouse. Doesn't he own Firehouse?
No, that's Matt Spencer and that group.
Who's got world famous? Because one of the gentlemen that walked in, actually a really nice guy. He said apparently it's owned by both companies. So I don't know if that's
World Famous isn't one of his properties.
Is it? So maybe
he still owns it.
So maybe the guy that owns World Famous bought it.
Maybe.
So that could be it. But he was actually really nice.
That's why they're changing it.
I'm so not down with all those places outside of the bubble.
I know.
You should be making a list because these are all good dining out.
No, you're right.
I'm off work.
You're right. But you know, Ian, you say that, and I know that you're half joking and you're half not joking, but it is so funny that the people will not leave the bubble.
I've been leaving the bubble. I just want to point that out.
But a lot of people that I run around with will not leave the damn bubble.
It's not that it's an intentional thing. It's just, well, I have no reason to leave.
Well, I mean, God forbid you go downtown.
I am having dinner at a restaurant downtown this Thursday night.
Where?
I think it's this Thursday. I forget. A friend made the reservation. But yeah, I'm going downtown. I'll give you guys a full update.
Are you going clubbing after?
No. It's just a nice dinner with 2 customers and like friends that, taking a nice dinner.
Okay, well, I don't know. It just kills me because there's so much out there, and the city has to. Yes.
Oh.
This is 2012.
I'm not denying it. I'm just saying, well.
I go everywhere.
If I'm allowed to go there, well, I can do whatever I want, really. But it's more comforting when you can go to a place and you can kiss a guy in a restaurant or have a real date and it's fine.
Okay, BTW, what guy are you kissing and what date?
First of all, it's none of your fucking business, bitch.
You know he's gonna spill it anyways.
Don't make me open your books either, okay?
Don't you worry,
well, we're here. They said same as normal.
Oh, another Monday.
And Ian said that he didn't think that he could sit next to me for very much longer.
Oh, I don't know. It's working out pretty well. I think we'll keep it going.
Don't you think so? Oh, well, we want to mention that
I'm gonna storm off the set eventually.
I love you in your rain jacket. Alejandra apparently had something better to do tonight because she did not show up. She called in sick basically at 5 o'clock. Thanks, girl. Aaron, my God, we didn't even introduce you.
I even put my boobs in for all this. Got all my face done.
Aaron Aaron spent all this time and he looks fantastic. So we would like to thank His on Twitter and Aaron Heier for being the tranny/lesbian tonight.
Fabulous.
And I know that I'm not supposed to say tranny.
You're not supposed to say it. It's still not politically
Can I
correct.
say transsexual?
Well,
Yeah.
how about trans?
Transgender?
Trans?
Well, it's two
Trans is
things.
good.
I say trans.
I'm very trans.
Okay,
very-
trans. I'm all right with that.
I'm very trans appreciative.
Well, I think we were talking about RuPaul came out and said that isn't really a bad word, but as you both pointed out, she's not a transsexual, so you do have a point there. So I
And
just,
since when does what she says matter in that sense?
Don't you know she's the spokesperson
I mean, with
for the
drag
whole gay
queens, yes,
community?
but
She's the spokesperson for the whole gay community. That's what I said.
coming from a straight woman.
That's right. Coming from a straight woman. I'd also like to say gung ho fat choi to all of our Chinese followers. It's the Chinese New Year, so happy New Year to all of you. I was dying for Chinese food today.
What did
Bok
you
choy or
Bok
bok
did
choy.
you
I
just
said
say?
bok
Gung ho fat
Maybe bok choy?
bok choy?
What is gung ho fat choi?
It means Happy New Year in Chinese.
Happy
Oh,
New
it does?
You
Year.
didn't know I was bilingual? Trilingual now. I know Spanish.
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 Oy vey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know Yiddish too. Did you see I put on those goddamn yentas on the talk today? We're driving me crazy. Those bitches are crazy. And speaking of that, I never see daytime TV. I don't even really watch the soap operas anymore, but I watched the talk today. That's the talk
That's
show.
actually pretty.
Okay, but wait a second. It looks
that the
like they
girls?
had two transsexuals on the panel today. I'm not saying anything mean, but they did not look like women.
Well, maybe that's where Alejandra was.
No, these girls were black.
Okay.
Hell of a long bus ride.
Hey,
I know they're women.
Who was it?
It's the comedian. They're both comedians. One was on. She used to do the soup.
Aisha Tyler?
Yep. She's
no, it
on
wasn't her. Aisha Tyler
Okay,
was
saying she
fine.
looks nothing like a man.
No,
I was gonna say,
no.
she's actually pretty
Are
hot.
they two heavier set women that
Yes.
kind of look alike?
One of them was like a journalist. She's like maybe a news anchor or something in LA. And the other one was a little like a bad wig. She needs the Star Joan collection from Wigs Girl. So that was that. Daytime TV is ridiculous.
You are just very friendly.
Here's the thing. This is the thing, Ian, what makes me laugh is because the difference between the commercials that they show on daytime TV, obviously we know who they're targeting, and yesterday watching football are just like the funniest things.
I always see tampons and ChristianMingle.com and
I do too.
The ASPCA commercials.
You keep posting about ChristianMingle.com.
Yes, I did all day today because I must have seen that commercial in the span of time that I was home. I'm done at the center at 4 o'clock. Got home, watched Hoarders with Donald on Marathon. I hate that show. It's so awful.
It's frightening.
It is.
And in the span of that time, probably 5 commercials for Christian Mingle.
What is Christian Mingle? Is that a dating site?
Let God find your match.
So what,
Story.
What exactly would you do website for then?
Okay.
So I don't think my aunt watches this show, but like we've talked about that whole Prop 8 thing and have part of my family's very Christian, blah blah blah. Well, she joined one of those websites, like faith dating site thing.
Is she single?
Yeah,
Obviously.
Oh yeah, no,
Okay.
she's
Is that-
married. She's married.
Okay, Ian, I finished the
Polygamy
story, and
mingle.
I'll tell you something.
So
I
this is years
learned
ago
this
though.
week.
But she was talking to a guy online like for months, and then went to go visit him in like Idaho or Iowa, and they were about to get married, and the family was like, "No, you cannot." But isn't that interesting that like Christian?
Well, so they didn't get married?
No,
Did she go visit
something
it?
happened, and he ended up bringing a freaky deek or something like that.
Imagine that, no?
Yeah.
Okay, so we were at coffee. You know, we have a regular group that goes to coffee, you know, a couple times a week.
Oh,
And
that's nice.
Oh, like AA.
right,
Yeah.
like AA, only without the booze. By the way, which we'll get to that in a minute. But we were talking about personal ads, and somehow Alejandra came up, and then so I said, well, I'm going to look on Craigslist. So I looked on men seeking men on Craigslist. Then I went
That
on.
is some good reading.
Then I went on
Some
because we were
good
dying.
read on that.
They put pictures of their penises on
Of course they do.
I didn't know this.
Well, it's not like you're gonna hook up with a guy for his personality right off the bat.
Is that right?
Yes, his personality.
Yeah.
There's some guys
When
with
you're-
some big personality.
When you're on Craigslist and you're under men seeking men,
Okay, but
and
then-
it's not the platonic thing.
It ain't for a date.
Yeah,
Let me
you're-
It's not?
No.
What's it, hookup only?
Crying out loud, Courtney.
Well, I didn't know this. So then on the men seeking women, there's guys on there saying that they're married and they just just want to have something on the side, and they're not getting tons.
I love that you're on Craigslist.
I know.
I felt like Ophelia and Alejandra.
Did you post an ad?
No! What am I supposed to put on there?
I'm a woman seeking a man
I-
with a big personality.
She'll be on ChristianMingle.com.
I would never go on those dating sites, ever.
Would you go on Match?
I don't think so.
eHarmony.
No!
Why wouldn't you go on
Yenta.com.
Wait a minute, let's get to the bottom of
Oh, maybe I should try your experiment that you never followed through
Well,
on.
I mean, like, I'm on Match. I'm on, like...
You are?
Of course. Not that I've ever gone on a date with anybody from it, but I'm on it. And then, like...
I mean, I probably should, because what straight guys am I
what
meeting
does
around
it hurt?
here?
You can,
Look
like,
at all of you.
censor. You can censor.
Get out of the bubble.
Get out of the bubble.
I get out of the bubble all the time. I am out of the bubble constantly.
Yeah, Dog Beach doesn't count.
No, not Dog Beach, girl.
Well, that actually would be a good place to meet guys. I don't.
Match.com?
No, the Dog Beach.
Dog Beach.
Yeah, you meet weirdos.
Yeah, well, that's-
You do.
well, you're right. You're right. You should really go find a guy on the internet. I think that's a better option.
Oi.
At least you can read his bio and know he's telling the truth.
Okay, I'm gonna put a profile on Match. Does it cost money?
No.
It's free?
For like 30
Match
days.
doesn't.
Yeah, for like 30 days.
Plenty of Fish is free. Okay,
Plenty of
Cupid
Fish,
is
what's that?
free.
Adam for
We had this conversation last week. You guys have the shortest memories of anyone that I know.
We drink, girl.
That's a good
Sorry,
point.
you're
Good point.
sober now,
Good
Jeremiah.
point.
You remember everything clear-eyed. I might want to
CrossFit.
Jeremiah is not drinking for the second week in a row, and he said, "Oh my God,
It's
I
a
feel
record.
Great."
He's not for the second week in a row here. It doesn't mean
Yeah.
he's not drinking any other day.
He's cleansing.
No, it's
Cleanse.
It's been about 2 or 3 weeks now.
And Ian said the funniest line, "Oh, whatever." Anywho,
Right.
lots going on. Congratulations to the New York Giants and the New England Patriots.
Oh, is this a sports thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going to the Super Bowl.
That's why I was going to wear my baseball hat today, because I figured that Courtney would talk about football.
Yeah, I'm not talking about it too much, but the funny thing is, we all know
Baseball
the Super Bowl, and we all know
Switch
what
factor.
gays like watching the Super
Madonna.
Bowl for.
Madonna.
Well, this
Madonna.
year Madonna happens to be the halftime performance. A big deal on that.
Wow.
It'll all be pre-recorded, don't you think? Okay, so I'm not interested.
Will it?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't think
I mean,
it's...
who's been live? I mean, in the last decade.
Wait. I don't mean right. I don't mean pre-recorded like her performance. What I mean
I
is
was
that
gonna
her
say.
singing
Vocals.
will all be fake and lip synced and.
I think
Oh, well, I don't care about that. Fuck.
No.
Yeah, it's still
I do.
her performing. There's
Right.
like you're watching the performance, like the whole thing,
Like, I don't
I
think
think
they're...
producer Luis didn't turn off his phone, FYI. Maybe
Yeah.
he needs to learn that. However, it's the commercials. Are we not agreeing on that? So, Aaron, you
Commercial
actually pushed something, posted something today about you can judge the commercials. You can download like brackets.
Yep.
And then it's at the agencysd.com, and then you can go on and rate like the commercials. I didn't download it because my computer's down. I'm on my.
And you can do a pool, just like you do with the Super Bowl, and those that get the highest scores for the
Fun.
commercials, you can put in your money, and the best commercial that gets the best votes in the brackets will totally win the money.
What's it called? AgencySD.com.
It's, yeah, agency.
Theagencysd.com.
Yeah.
So, if
So
you're
what?
interested-
Do they give you like a list of all the commercials that are going to
Yes.
air, and then
They're saying that it's 3.2 million, something like that, for a spot
Correct.
in the Super Bowl
Oh, yeah.
this year.
Like a
Per 30 seconds.
30 seconds, okay.
Right, unbelievable. And so what we always do is we always have like a handful of dollar bills. So everyone that we're watching the Super Bowl, like, okay, so you put a dollar bill and you all pick like what exactly you think the first commercial, which is inevitably Budweiser or
usually.
Doritos.
well, remember last year those
Usually.
Snickers? That's when they unveiled all their little commercials with like the Betty White and all
Oh,
that.
that was funny.
Those
Yeah,
were
that
good
was a good one.
commercials.
Well, look
Yeah.
for their even at the
I don't-
agency.
I couldn't even tell you what teams competed last year.
Well,
but-
yeah,
Sorry.
most of us don't really care. But the
You know.
the Pepsi is going to be making a big splash this year, apparently, because of the whole X Factor and
Oh, you're right.
and the
'Cause
releasing that video.
The winner gets
their
own
commercial, right.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of X Factor, is anyone watching American Idol?
Yes.
Jeremiah,
Yes.
I know you're probably
I didn't even know they were in San
Yeah,
Diego.
okay, no, I don't watch the show. I've never watched the show, but the one thing I've noticed is that the commercials for American Idol actually suck worse now than what they did when I wasn't watching it before. Like, I mean, Steven Tyler, Jennifer Lopez, I mean, they're just, they don't have, I mean, they don't seem very charismatic. They don't seem into it. At least Paula, she seemed like she wasn't there, but she was entertaining.
Oh, but see, Paula's not crazy anymore. She's normal now.
Oh, she's not pills?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to disagree with you on that. I think that they're holding it well, and Steven Tyler is a little nutty.
I thought that
like
last year.
His comments to an underage girl last week, I was like,
oh yeah, that was pretty.
Yeah,
I thought that too. I thought that they were really going to bug those two, but I honestly have to say that I did tune in, and I thought that they're pretty great. Steven Tyler, I don't know if you've heard the controversy today, sang the national anthem yesterday at the Patriots Baltimore Ravens game. He was terrible. I mean, obviously it's the hardest song to sing, but he was terrible.
Wow.
So the only thing I was going to point out is that it was in San Diego. They were on the deck of the Midway, and Jim Carrey's daughter tried out for Idol yesterday, and she's good.
Jamie Carey.
They were on the deck of the Midway? That's where they did auditions?
Yeah, in San Diego.
Yeah.
When was this?
Oh, probably a couple months ago, I think, was when they filmed it.
Yeah, easily a couple months ago. Yeah, she was good. And Homegirl's a waitress. I just want to point that out.
Yep.
Good for her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Holler.
She's a total waitress.
Well,
with like 800 kids.
I know.
Good for
She
her.
only has one. She's got one. Stop it. 800 kids. We got a lot to cover tonight, but we're going to run to a break. We'll be right back.
Three, 2, 1.
You are the producer.
I know, man.
Producer, not director.
Thank you. Okay, well, we're back.
Shoot.
Breaks are few and far in between and short today.
Right.
We'd like to thank our studio audience for coming in tonight. A little quiet at the rail today. It's kind of weird, but I don't know.
Those diehard fans we've got, I tell you.
Okay, so let's talk about some stuff happening.
Yes.
We talked about coffee the other day. So Starbucks announces today that they are going to start putting beer and wine in several Southern California locations.
Love it. Now
Lame.
a bunch of
No.
hell yes.
No, it's just going to go right back to that thing about the big corporation and the little parts like Hillcrest that are going to take away from all of our local businesses. So, come on, we got to support our small businesses.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I do believe that.
Okay, I believe that too, Ian.
I believe it.
Who do you think it's going to take away if one Starbucks location serves beer and wine? Who's it going to take?
It's not going to be one Starbucks location. Eventually, it will be like all of the stores. It will not be one.
I'm going to Starbucks to get my wine on. I don't see a lot of people saying that.
But don't forget, you
There are a
can
crowd,
fit a whole
though.
bottle of wine in those Trente glasses.
Yes, you can. That's all I care about.
In the what?
In the large
Trentas.
glasses.
In the big Trenta
You can
glasses.
fill.
Christ.
I've been getting my green tea in those, and they're divine.
But the problem is you know the shit that you get at Starbucks is going to be like organic and sustainable and $78 a bottle.
It's gonna be like
and,
sulfite free and yeah.
and you're going to have to charge up your card with $200 a pop.
I don't know. I think.
And all the AA groups that meet there, that's really bad for them.
It is.
They're going to have to pass by all that wine to get in line for their coffee.
So true.
Well, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool, though.
I do too.
I just think it's cool.
I do too.
I like it.
Because you can buy it on your
I
iPhone
can't
app.
believe you're kind of pushy on this.
I am.
iPhone app.
Because I know like friends that own other it's gonna affect our businesses.
Okay.
And that's how I feel.
And I'm kind of torn because, I mean, Baby Cakes, they've got the full bar now, the full liquor license.
Yeah.
Right.
And I know that was a big thing for people. Go to movie, go to dinner, and then go to Baby Cakes. Get your dessert, and then get your drinks. I think, I don't know if it's really going to affect them that much, but I think they came up with a good concept, and I would definitely hate to see Starbucks kind of muscle in on it and then put out a good place like that.
I mean, seriously, guys, I'm just saying, listen to yourselves. Let's go hang out at Starbucks and get drunk.
There are people that hang out at Starbucks all the
They are
fucking
not
time.
going to say.
Do you know how many customers I know from the bar hang out at Starbucks? So now they have that opportunity.
Exactly.
No, bullshit. No, okay. Well, then when I'm proven right.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Love
Who's the
of God.
CEO, Howard? What's his name of Starbucks?
Some Howard Richman.
He is on the cover of this issue of Fortune magazine as almost the businessman of the year. Him and What's the
Steve
guy?
Jobs.
No. The guy from Bezos. Is he
Jeff Bezos from Amazon.
And somebody else.
Yeah, he's a monster.
doing something right. I don't personally have a problem.
Well, you know what I can't wait for is the guy that walks up to the barista and says, excuse me, barista, I'd like to buy that girl a glass of wine. All bar style, right in the middle of the Starbucks. It's gonna happen. I'm calling it right now.
It's kind of funny because I worked for Starbucks at one point in my life, and they tell you when you're a barista, they tell you it's like bartending, and you need to act like you're bartending and have conversations with your customers.
Some of the shit I say to people at Starbucks.
Can you imagine when they write on the wine glass, like, this is a cab, and this is fucking, a stout.
Why am I making a stout?
Oh my gosh, that is funny. Well, I think it's a good thing.
Right.
I also think that gay marriage is a good thing. California being left in the dust, right along.
Why is it still called gay marriage?
I think that the gay unions, what are we calling it?
Marriage.
Well,
why you gotta put gay on it?
because you can't do it. And people need to know why you can't do it.
Well, you can't get married.
Yeah.
You can't get married.
You can't get married because you're a gay homosexual.
But who's going to pass gay marriage now that they've announced today pretty much?
Washington.
Washington State.
Washington State.
And there was one holdout Democratic person, and she changed her mind.
Yes, she did. At the
And
last
she
minute.
said
Which is sad that one vote, it was that hard to get the votes for it.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, sometimes it takes a lot of...
Good. Yeah.
Money.
I'm just saying.
I found too when I was reading the article on it, it was interesting that what changed her mind. I have a feeling with how Mayor Sanders here, when people went and talked to him and he changed his mind. I have a feeling that's what happened in this because she said that she reflects on her family and her married life and having kids and doesn't whether she believes in same-sex couples and unions, she believes that people should still have those same rights and the happiness that she's having.
Exactly.
To me, I'm like, well, that's where we got to work on getting everybody to look at that way.
There was a poll, and 43% of Washingtonians, is that what they're still called in Washington State?
Washingtonians.
Support gay marriage. What the hell? I asked this last week, but Aaron, since you're sitting in tonight, what's going on with Prop 8? When are the... What?
We're all still waiting for Prop 8 ticker to let us know what's going to happen with the... they are reviewing all of it, and they are going to have to go back to at some point, some sort of back and forth, so some sort of trial. They're all going to be back in court at some point.
They're saying in Washington that it's going to probably end up on the ballot.
Yes.
They're also saying that there are going to be... Obviously, that was today, they were in... wherever they were. I can't. I was in bed all day.
Too many of those soap operas.
The House or the Senate or if they were in the
even
Senate.
But that it will be definitely appealed and it could end up just like we are.
But exactly. But even if it is back on the ballot, they have the votes to legalize same-sex marriage, and they will be getting married until the voters tell them yes or no.
Yeah.
And so good for them.
So they don't have the majority yet. They have 43% support it, so they don't even have the majority yet.
Well, but that doesn't mean that 50 whatever percent is the minority.
And that stat at 43%, that's close.
That's a poll.
Because you always have to factor in undecided.
43% of who they poll.
They
So
do
it could have been 100 people.
and so on.
Right.
So, yeah, you do have to allow for that. But very interesting again and again and again. Jeremiah?
Yes, my dear.
It came out today about that dumb ding-dong Cynthia Nixon. By the way, I love her
Cynthia
in
Nixon
Sex and the
from
City.
Sex and the City?
Yeah, but why doesn't she stick to acting?
What'd she do?
So what'd she do?
Essentially, in an interview, I believe it was yesterday, the day before, Cynthia Nixon came out and essentially stated that being gay for her is a choice. And then she goes on.
Bitch.
Well, but here's one of
Cheese and rice.
I don't have the quote here, but she brought up something that I found very interesting, and essentially what she said was that opponents of, I guess, or people that are opposite of gay rights, gay purposes, they're the ones that are forcing people to say, okay, it's a choice or it's not, because if by saying it's not a choice, then that's like their number one argument that okay, you can choose to be one way or another, but if you say it's not a choice, this is who I am, then they can't really argue that anymore. And I just kind of wonder, is the gay community playing into that kind of thought process? I guess picking up what I'm putting here,
But see, her whole thing is about pigeonholing herself into a corner and labeling her. That's her thing.
Right.
She's like, I've been in relationships with men, I've been in relationships with women. It just so happens right now I'm in a relationship with a woman, and I chose to be in a relationship with a woman. And my whole thing is, well, that's great that you chose because you're all bisexual and blah blah blah.
Yeah, but she never said I'm bisexual.
Well, but here's the thing though. It doesn't matter that she chose to be with a woman. She didn't choose to have feelings, attractions towards both sexes. She didn't choose that.
Right.
That was something innate in her DNA.
Yeah, right.
So bisexuality, no matter how you look at it, is not a choice. Sure, you can choose.
Right, exactly.
I'm bisexual and I choose to be with you.
No, thank you.
Well, but do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's the bottom line. And that's what she did. She forgot to say.
And you know, Aaron, you had you had about 50 some odd comments, and I was surprised at some of the people's comments today. You know, I think that it is a very divisive statement for her to make, especially in this time in our country when these GOP idiots. I can't even.
I kind of like him.
You're kidding
I'm
me.
totally kidding.
Okay, good.
No,
First of all, we were about to get off topic. But I think for her, I think it's irresponsible. I don't agree with her. I think she should be a little more honest about her own sexuality. Yeah, you're with the girl, but how often have you had feelings of only wanting to be with the girl? You were with the guy. Why? So you could have children? I mean, I think she's not being honest, and I think it's a dangerous message that she's sending.
Think about a couple of years ago when it came out in the news, it was Cynthia Nixon comes out as gay kind of thing. It didn't say she was bisexual. It didn't say anything like that. So now what she's saying now is like turning it around.
She's saying that it was her choice to be with who she wanted to be with.
Well, of course,
it's her choice to be with who she wanted to be with.
But like, yeah.
I guess she should have chose wiser, because I mean, that's picture of her wife.
That's my thing. It's all about you need to choose your words more wisely, because it is the people in the GOP who will take that statement that she made in the New York Times and use it against us.
Right. And then this Rick Santorum.
Oh, God.
I mean, I do not know which is the lesser of these fools. And he comes out today and he says that, God forbid you are raped and you're a woman. First of all, don't tell me what, God forbid, if I'm a woman, what happens to me. That if you are raped and you become pregnant, it's an unfortunate happening, but you really have to turn this into a blessing and keep the child.
Because it's God's gift.
Because men, you know what it's like to have a baby ripped from your vagina. Is that why you think you can make the rules? No.
Well, not even that.
Today is I believe, the 25th anniversary of Roe v. Wade. It was today or yesterday?
39.
Oh, really?
Oh, it was?
It's not 20.
It's 30. 39.
I had a hangover this morning when I was talking about the news, Jeremiah.
But here's the thing about Santorum is, if I'm not mistaken, his wife actually did have an abortion.
Yes, she did.
20 plus years ago.
Yes,
but it was,
she did.
But it was different because, you know, her health was at risk.
Oh.
So that's why it's okay.
So why is that okay?
Well,
why isn't
amongst
God
intelligent
take
individuals, it's not. I mean, we can all see the hypocrisy in it.
No,
but Santorum can't. I mean, he's so indoctrinated with just these crazy, thoughts that he can't actually see where those things are conflicting. And
I
it's
just like to watch them implode
ridiculous.
on themselves.
I'm excited
But
for
they don't, because people will actually listen to them. They will follow them.
It's at 9.
9 o'clock East Coast. That's already happened.
He had even said
Twitter Live, honey,
that she wishes that she could have changed her mind. If she could go back now and redo that whole part of her life, that she would redo it. She wouldn't do it.
That is what the funniest thing about all this, like, and Newt just did the same thing when saying, like, that was my past and I've changed.
Right.
Kind of thing. And it's like, that's their excuse now, is just basically to say, I've changed. I now believe in family values.
So, Aaron, who do you think is going to get the GOP nomination?
Mitt Romney.
I do too. You do?
Yes.
So they're waiting for, first of all, old Newt. He had to release his Freddie Mac involvement today, which they are not even delving into yet.
Yes.
Romney is supposed to be releasing his tax records tomorrow, which he's rich.
Well, not only is he rich, but his tax records will prove that he spent quite a bit of money funding Prop 8.
Yes.
So
I mean,
Well,
honest to
something
God.
came out with new today though, because I watched before I came here, and there's now this new thing where I don't even know the name of the organization, but it's supposed to be a non-profit organization, and apparently a lot of his finances from like flying private jets, were donated from a 501c3 non-profit. Where and I saw that today on like World News.
Well, and they also came out with a hotel owner, but now the hotel owner, a casino, has already donated from a super PAC.
Oh, yeah,
Once they made the campaign restrictions in 2010s, these super PACs were formed to try and get more donations into the campaigns. The husband has already donated $5 million to Newt, personal good boy old network. Now, today, the wife, is donating another $5 million.
I thought there was a cap though, or is that just?
Well, that's how they're getting around it.
That's how they're getting around it with the super PAC. It's being donated through the super PAC.
Right.
And I believe as long as they don't mention a specific candidate or go against a specific candidate, then they can give as much money as they possibly want, and they also don't have to disclose their donors. And that's due to Citizens United.
Right.
So, POTUS tomorrow gives his State of the Union.
Who?
POTUS. President of the United States.
I saw that on your paper too, and I'm like, wait, isn't the president doing something? What's
That's
POTUS?
his nickname, President of the United States. That's how they address him.
I've never heard that nickname. Did you create
Have you?
this?
No.
Yes. Hello, you've never watched West Wing?
I didn't create it. It's POTUS.
It's POTUS.
Anywho, so they're saying tomorrow is his annual State of the Union. You know, and what the GOP is doing is they're pointing out the things that he hasn't done.
Of course.
Let's
Or the
point out everything.
promises that he hasn't kept.
That's right, the promises he hasn't kept. The 5 promises Obama hasn't kept. Let's talk about all the things he has done. I want him to roll his credits tomorrow. It's not a campaign speech. He will not do it tomorrow.
No.
But I just can't wait till he starts his ads.
I think that his strategy of not doing ads until the end.
Well, he's not doing it until the GOP nomination comes out.
Exactly. It's going to be that's going to be epic for him.
Because like right now, all the focus is on how dysfunctional these GOP candidates are, and like why throw Obama's name into it and like have them start slamming him when they're all slamming each other right now.
Think about the dismal turnout of every single one of the primaries and the caucus that we've had now for the GOP. The dismal turnout.
Yeah.
Like 5% of registered Republicans showed up to vote in the Iowa caucus. 5%.
And
That's
some of them voted
sad.
for Obama.
Yes, 300 of them. 300
They
of them.
wrote Obama's name in on the freaking ballots for the stupid GOP.
I mean, that's kind of sad.
GOP. I'll think of a nickname for them. Don't you worry. Here's the thing. You know, you want to be. I don't want to be fair-minded because I have nothing in common with those people at all. I can't even. The people are saying like it's become such a joke to watch these debates. Like it's almost for comedy value that they're watching these fools.
It's so Jon Stewart has B-roll for his show later in the evening.
And so now isn't Stephen Colbert and Herman Cain on some sort of tour together?
I love it.
I don't watch Stephen Colbert, but I think
Colbert has his super PAC, and he actually came in like just right above John Huntsman, and John Huntsman then fell out. Oh my God, I kind of love it.
I kind of love it too.
Okay.
I don't know. I kind of love to see the whole thing. Really quickly though, before we do go to break, we mentioned the president's speech tomorrow. Representative Gabby Giffords from Arizona is going to be in the audience. She announced today that she is giving up her seat in Congress. Still such a long way to go, but God, what a story. She went back to the Tucson grocery store
today
to complete what she was doing, making her appearance there, you know, what was it, nearly a year ago?
It was a year ago to the day.
Is that why she went back? So, Godspeed to her. She's making great strides, and she will be in the audience tomorrow when the president speaks, so love that.
Love it.
Gotta love it, and we gotta love a break.
All right.
We'll be back. And we're back. We just wanted to quickly remind everybody that we are looking for a lesbian.
No. Well,
What? I'm not good
like
enough?
the host.
You have too much makeup on for a
I'm a
lesbian.
lesgender.
I told you.
I'm a transbian.
What is it? What am I supposed to say?
I'm a transbian. Trans.
Transer?
I'm a trans.
Courtney, really shut up.
Trans.
Jesus Christ.
I seriously don't remember.
It's not a joking matter. It's a very serious topic.
Just say T. That's what they all say, T.
Anywho.
T-girl? Is that?
T-Rex.
T.
T-girl? Is that acceptable?
Yeah, T.
Okay.
That was on the Craigslist.
Oh my God.
Anywho, if you're a lesbian and you'd like to audition, please Facebook, email myself, Aaron, and we will get back to you and set up an audition for you. Sorry, that got me excited.
We know where Courtney's gonna be tonight.
Oh my God, I'm about to be at home going like this on my phone.
Oh, and I love that you're on your phone doing it too.
I don't have a
Your
computer. My computer. I got a virus from the IRS on my stupid computer. It's at my.
From the IRS, I love it.
It's at my computer's at my friend Troy Lake's house in computer hospital. So, anywho, Jeremiah.
That's my biggest fear. Sorry.
No,
That's my biggest fear. If my computer crashes and you have to bring it somewhere to get
They gotta look at it.
And they see all your files and pictures.
You know, I've actually got a story.
No, I'm fine.
It's not illegal to have them.
Well, I know it's not illegal.
child
But people
porn?
are going to see.
What do you have to hide?
Courtney, no.
Well, what do you have to hide?
Well, you get me, right?
I've actually got a story. God.
You have pictures on your computer?
No trannies. There's some freaky shit, but no trannies.
Inappropriate.
Sorry. See what you've done? I used to live with a college girlfriend, and at the time she had a computer. What's that?
Is that when you could commit?
Well, that was the reason why I couldn't commit. Is after that old debacle.
Right?
I love that word debacle.
It was a mess. But she had a computer, and one day she goes, "Okay, well everything's running slow. Oh, by the way, I invited my dad over to go through and check through everything, and we need to have a talk." And apparently, when he went through some of the temporary files on the internet, I mean, there's just pictures upon pictures. This is back when internet was a little bit slower and videos was
On a modem.
Yeah, right.
It's like I'll just put up 3 or 4 pictures, click, 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 click. Okay, I'm done.
More than naked.
Yeah, I mean, just
Sure, but yeah.
yeah. I mean, sometimes two girls.
They were beyond
girl guy.
naked, I'm sure.
And her dad I think was 62, 63.
You aged him 10 years.
And that was a little bit awkward. That was a weird Christmas.
So that.
Note to self: don't have your
Did she bring it up
in-laws
at
dad.
Christmas dinner?
No. I think it was slightly before Christmas.
Take it to somewhere out of the bubble.
Producer Joey, we don't want to hear that from you over there. That's awful.
That's what we need. We need to have a show, a reaction show where we put it up. We watch Two Girls, One Cup.
No, we will never.
I know. You know what
we will never do anything with 1 cup, 2 cup, 3 cups.
I don't understand
unless we're playing fucking beer pong.
Two Girls, One Cup?
Don't even
Okay,
ask.
Just check it out.
Jeremiah,
Yes.
I'm changing the subject.
Okay.
Get your paper out.
I got it right here.
What are we talking about? We are talking about Joe Paul passed away. Aaron tried to spread the whole internet rumor by CBS News on Saturday that he had died prematurely.
It wasn't on CBS News. It was Huffington Post, but that's
I thought it was
okay.
CBS News that
I thought CBS is the one that started.
It was Huffington Post that I posted on my Facebook.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
So, he did die.
Okay.
He died Thursday. I'm just pointing that out to everybody.
Nobody realized
So,
it.
Jeremiah, just tell us.
All right. All right.
Who is Joe Paul? What are we talking about?
For those who don't know, Joe Paterno is the former head coach of Penn State University. He was the head coach for, I think, 60 years.
Yeah. 61, I think, or something like that.
Pretty much, I mean, just a Hall of Fame coach.
In the organization for that.
All-time win leader in college football. And actually, over the last 20 years, I think, he had a defensive coordinator who was using the university, was using nonprofits to essentially gain access. His own nonprofit.
Which we talked about on the show.
That was in association with the university to gain access to young boys. And he was essentially abusing them sexually.
Sandusky.
Jerry
Sandusky is his name.
Everyone should know that scumbag's name.
And the media storm, I mean, just everything. I mean, just everything that's come down on that. Joe Pa was let go. He stepped down at the end of the season, and he
No,
just
before the end of the season. November
that's
8th.
right,
They
that's
still
right.
had a couple games to go.
Right before the Nebraska
and remember,
game.
the son came in and took over. Joe Pa's son, Joe Paterno's son, Jay, came in and took over as the interim head coach for those couple.
At the same time that he was saying that his father's not resigning, but his father was resigning.
His father was forced to resign.
Yeah, I think
from
his
the
father's
university.
fired.
So, but Joe Pa did pass away yesterday.
Yes. So,
Okay.
So we're
There was some early news that he passed away on Saturday night, which apparently was not true. But he did pass Sunday morning. And so
he was
confused.
November 8th, he stepped down from the head coaching position at Penn State. 3 days later, he announced that he had lung cancer. And from November until January, yesterday, 22? That was how fast.
So less than 3 months.
Some people are saying because of the whole scandal, it took a toll on his body. Whatever you believe.
I had read something that an expert was saying that with the liver cancer and the stress from the case, because when he was asked to resign, it was because he was covering it up.
Well,
not like he was turning a blind shoulder. What is that?
Well, there's
saying?
turning a blind
eye.
It's blind shoulder.
Well, there's still some controversy as to what he knew and when he knew it.
Yeah.
But the whole point is that he was essentially held responsible by the court of public opinion.
Right.
And I don't know.
Let's not take away that he is one of the most prolific college coaches ever. He did probably make a mistake because what he did, he's reported this to the university officials. Mm-hmm. He never followed up. He did sort of think that they were going to handle it. Obviously, he should have known they didn't handle it. The guy's still working for him.
Well, the saddest thing overall was that, since they had indications as early as 1992 that this was going on, and 99 is when essentially Jerry Sandusky retired, stepped down. It was 2002 when Joe Pa went to the athletic director, which was his boss, and also campus police, which were municipal police, actual police officers, and reported Jerry Sandusky. So really, there's a question of what he knew when he knew it.
Right.
And the one thing that I really have to question, the one thing that I always think about that's brought up is that, he was 75 at the point when all this stuff really started to come to public knowledge. He passed at 85.
He was 85,
Yeah.
right.
How, I know he's the head coach, I know these guys are tight-knit, but how lucid was he? How much do you expect him to actually pay attention to and to be aware of?
Well, he's running a major college.
Well, I was getting ready to say, if he's the winningest coach in football,
he's
he's doing something right.
Jeremiah, let's just boil this down really quickly. College football is a big, huge business. You don't want to rock the boat on your college football program because your college football program funds a lot of things that go into that college.
I so disagree with this.
You don't know about it though. So
he's got an opinion though.
Wait, hold on.
I want to hear Ian's
I have an opinion.
Ian, hold on. I'm just talking about
What you're saying though right now, it sounds like you're making an excuse for it.
No, I think she's going the opposite way.
Okay.
Let me finish.
Finish, Courtney.
I think that there is a fear amongst the college administration and amongst the college coaches to try and do something like this and not damage your program. That does not make it right. That does not make what he did right. I think the way that he has been vilified, I see both sides of it. I think it's a hugely sad story all the way around. It is big business, but not to the point of these kids that were victimized by this fucking pervert scumbag. Joe Pa did the wrong thing. He is revered by thousands and thousands and thousands who have passed through those doors. Not only football players, the entire university.
Well, their stadium,
stadium
holds 110,000 people. Every game day, there's 110,000 people there.
That he's going to be sainted. I'm saying what he did as a football coach.
I don't think he can be sainted because, like what you said, in the court of public opinion, the fact of the matter is that he died in the middle of the scandal. And everybody is going to remember the scandal.
That was the last thing they remembered him.
I think it's kind of like I've been watching the clips and so on, and like one of the news people from San Diego played for him, and I saw him, and he broke down in tears on a newscast, like Channel 7. Like the clips that they were showing of him, like when he passed on Saturday or yesterday, whatever, and at the stadium, like these people were there crying.
He's revered.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But if he had any major part in that whole scandal,
well, don't think he did have a major part. I just think he had a major. He
turned a major blind eye.
He didn't do enough.
He showed some. I think what it comes down to is that he was a coward. It came to a point where something terrible happened,
and it kept happening. It kept happening because he didn't put a stop to it.
Absolutely.
In his position.
And he was the head coach. Ultimately, the program is his, and it is his responsibility.
So what is his legacy now?
Well, his legacy right now is the scandal. I think that when history is going to look back on this, once this is all said and done, I think he will get. He does deserve the credit that he deserves for the accomplishments. 60 years.
So you're saying that the positive that he's done as far as ushering
for football, for a sport, is like he should be like. Sorry, actually.
No. The sports. Well, here's the thing: is the sport's the vehicle, but what he essentially did is he actually. I mean, he was a father figure. He coached up and he taught boys how to be men. He did a lot of positive things. But this is my question: is all that for naught? Is he going to be known for that, or is he going to be known for the guy that actually didn't step up?
Well, I think with time, he will not. That will not be the first thing in conversation.
How much time do you think that's going to take, though? That's the problem.
Years.
Yeah.
Years.
Because outside of the small group of people, and I do say small because
the victim small group.
No. The small group of people that follow college football the way that you guys follow college football.
Okay, it's not a small group. Okay.
No, I'm saying, shut up and let me finish. The small group of people that watch college football in comparison to everybody else that does not watch it, that has only seen the headlines of this guy is a perv, he let this happen, this sucks.
They're not saying that Joe Pa was a perv.
No. Jerry Sandusky is a perv.
Right.
This Joe Pa made it happen. That's what everybody else is saying. Exactly.
Turn to blind.
Which is just as bad as the person who committed it. Like these.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they're thinking.
With you.
Here's the thing, though. He's dead now. I don't know that we'll ever know
karma.
What he knew. Ian, it's not karma. I don't believe that. I don't believe that it's karma. That doesn't take anything away from what he.
I totally believe it's karma.
Well,
he ruined his
once again, that goes back to what's exactly everything he did in his life.
You're comparing football to the lives of these kids whose lives were ruined, and what he did.
It's not the game, Ian. It's more what he meant to the university.
No.
It's not the game.
No, I get what Ian's saying, and I mean, I guess Ian, as someone who played football, who's been through that, I mean, yes,
I played football too. I really did.
Did you hear that come out of his mouth?
Yes.
But I mean, the point is there's a lot of positive that comes through college football. Like I said, it's in and of itself, it's a game.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of positive stuff that comes out of it.
Yeah.
I just wonder if I don't necessarily believe in a heaven or a hell, but I guess the question is do you believe if there is one, would Joe Pa go to heaven or hell?
Heaven.
Heaven? Okay.
Heaven. If I believed in it.
Yeah.
If I believed
Ian, are you saying hell?
On those pearly damn gates.
I don't know, because I don't know if this
We didn't get our cue for our time, Louise.
If it's.
They kind of did, yeah. 4 minutes.
It's all in the courts, and it was like, so it's kind of like
It is a hot topic. It is a lightning rod.
I understand what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
I am not condoning what he did by not following up on it. He thought that he reported it to the right people. Those people, there are a lot of layers to the story that we will never really honestly know because he is now dead. He has taken probably a lot of the story with him. And that is unfortunate. He will not be able to clear his name, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, ain't it?
Okay, sure.
I would also like to say thank you to Lali. We're going to do events really quickly, but I love you, Lee Lozano.
Lee Lozano did make some fabulous cobbler.
Really quick events, Ian, because they're wrapping us up like
I only have 3. Yeah, right? Jeez, Kurt walks in and all of a sudden...
Yeah, Kurt needs to remember he's not our
producer. So, there's a new support group that's at the center, which is...
this is a good one.
It's every Tuesday now? Yeah.
It is every other Tuesday.
Every other Tuesday at 6 p.m. So I know there's one tomorrow, which would be the 20...
I think tonight was missed the first one.
Monday.
Yeah, it's tomorrow night. There's one.
Or no, yeah, tomorrow. That's what I meant.
So it is basically it's a support group at the San Diego LGBT Community Center for military families. So if you have a partner in the military, families, anybody that is involved with the military, it's a good way to come and talk. And I think it's going to be a very groundbreaking.
I love that.
We've never had one before, and it's the one that they've been asking for.
Yeah, so
that's great.
Yeah, so and you can also go to the centersd.org and check the events calendar and see all the support groups that come on and events and so on.
Do they? Kurt said they have yoga at the center. Is all that stuff listed on the website as well? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out.
And
on the events calendar.
And then this Friday, I know next weekend is the Imperial Court's big this Friday, Lady Ajax is doing her big fundraiser at Bourbon Street, and I believe it's at 8:30. Basically, it is a fashion show and auction, and all the money for that is going to the children's Easter egg hunts.
Cool.
Yep. And then also we are currently signing up for Dining Out for Life, which is April 26th. So if you work in a restaurant, own a restaurant or a bar or even a clothing store, contact me and get you involved with Dining Out for Life.
How can they contact you?
Either at Ian, right? Is our emails? Ian at hsss.tv or ijohnson@thecentersd.org.
There you go.
Fabulous.
All right. Well, we thank you, all of our viewers out there. I got a lot of great feedback last week, so it was fun being back. Aaron, thank you for sitting in.
I loved it. Yeah. It's always fun. Alejandra better be here next week. God damn her.
Alejandra will be here next week, and then I do believe that we do have a co-host audition next week. So
that'll be fun.
I love that you guys. We have a guest host. Next week. Yeah. I don't like the audition part. It's like it's a guest host spot. They're really.
I said we're going live. I mean,
and I saw Kelly yesterday. She said hi to everybody, but we won't go into details.
We love
that
Helen.
time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she wants to come back. Eventually, we'll see what happens with that. With that being said, peace out, boys. I like being Josie and like the boys.
Bye.
See you later. Okay.
Press the button, Luis. That's the power button. Oh my God.